na yɛde awie. Nti ɔkyena yɛbɛhyia but Thursday deɛ ɛyɛ break ɛma yɛn. Pɛ sɛ obiara ni ne Thanksgiving kama na fiada yɛmɛtoa so. Na memenda yɛnwie breakthrough living no ɛwɔ Onyame efie. Anwummerɛ yi yɛpɛ sɛ yɛda Onyame ase. Akwanya foforɔ a wɔde ama yɛn na yɛtoa yɛde sua yi ɛsoɔ. Na menhyɛ screen na yɛhwɛ nea Onyame ɛwɔ ɛde ma yɛn ɛnnɛ. All right. Investing in the good of others. You know, in investment. Se unya bibi ho adagye. Na fi se daakye bi ɛde mfasoɔ pa ɛbɛbra wo. Nti se invest in others nso if you say nhyira nso wɔ mu. Nti onyame afrɛ yɛn nnɛ sɛ we should come and invest in the good of others. Ɛsɛ afoforɔ yiedie ehia yɛn. Ti yɛmmra na yɛmɛboa ɛwɔ afoforɔ yiedie emu. Unim sɛ woyɛ obi a wohwɛ nkraa ɛnoɔma kakra wobɛhu sɛ ɛha na yɛwɔ superman bi. Sɛ anytime biara wobɛhu sɛ ko bi aba na giant bi obi a ne ho ɛden kyɛn saafoɔ no ɔmo wɔ hɔ no nyinaa no. Sɛ wohwɛ nkraa wei a ɛhɔ a na giant bi ehunhuna nipa ekum nipa boro nipa bonkura sɛ kane deɛ kura deɛ na yɛse killer bi ha adwen ti sɛ wonya jack bi nso na ɔno so ba bɛboa wo ka killer no wɔde kele ya na ɔkele enti kane paa deɛ ɛyɛ kurom deɛ na bonse du baabi kura na nkrɔfoɔ bi ɔmo sɛ Captain Planet na kyɛ sɛ ɔmo de ɔmo powers nyinaa come together na powers no ɔmo join powers no a na de Captain Planet bi aba akoa bi a ne ho adin bi na wabeyi wɔn ha wafiri hɔ na ɛhwɛ America ha yɛwɔ no yɛ Superman ya na Superman no aba na abeku giant bi na obi a efi sɛ ne tumi a ɔwɔ na ho ɔden no ɛboro wɔn so anaasɛ ubohu na how bi ba na yɛwɔ Spider-Man bi na wɔforo wall na wɔforo aborɔsare na ɔtisi ha na wɔforo si ha na ɔtisi ha bana wɔtwe deɛ yɛsua afa a giant slayer bi a na yɛfɛ ne David a ɔno deɛ okum Goliath a na wɔyɛ giant a na Israelfoɔ nyinaa adwan na David yi deɛ okum saa Goliath yi no na onye Superman na possess the powers of a Superman na ne ho nyɛ den sɛ Superman na ontimo nhurihuri mforo nkɔbepɔ bi so te sɛ nea na Israelfoɔ gu bepɔ no ase na Philistinefoɔ gu bepɔ no so na Goliath bɛgyina bepɔ no so na ɔkeka mu no na onye Spider-Man bi a obetuma jumpo asi ɛboɔ wei so asi mountain wei so no naka fa sɛ ka wakɔsɔ Goliath mu na bi a wato na twene baabi. David wasn't a Superman. David was an ordinary person like me. He was a mere shepherd. Dwanhwɛfoɔ a ɔhwɛ nwan enwan na ɔhwɛ ne skill ɔwɔ nyinaa yɛ nwan hwɛ ho skill ɛna ɔwɔ so ɔhwɛ nwan woyɛ no a another gift another David won say obo sankuo na obo sankuo edu baby kra na o de chichire ohene so ewere eno na David enim ti Bible describe what David say na David nya obi titiri obi a ote se me ne wo yeti nyame asafu mu a we are just an other people sitting in the pew yeti ekwasora yetete akonwa so keke enye nipa so nkubia David Bible kra kire mu se David was the youngest ni nuanu mu kra no onu ne sua no obi a onye panini he was the youngest the three oldest follow Saul ni nuanu panfo miensa omudi animu no de omudi di so achi akokon David de You know, I said David went back and forth. One beer, and my papa asman no court. Baby, or more no, not what banner papa fee, a behindray, Bethlehem. David, you know, he was just an ordinary person. To say me why. But an ordinary person like David. Ordinary person like David. You know, your baby says, how did David, a simple shepherd, became a giant slayer and a hero? Otim Kungulite. No, be a hero, be any particular Israel. In fact, Bible chiremu kura said, but David didn't no. Oh, na enyum crofo bi ewo Israel. Enyum crofo. Nse onyum crofo, oya mo ha adwene pa. Nse asante hini ko baabi a tin sɛ nnwonto kuro yi na ɔmo todwo bi na ɔmo sane mmerane mpo asante hene tena hengua so a tin sɛ mmeranteɛ bi tete ne nya na ɔmo ama sante kɔtɔkɔ ne yie na yɛbɔ ne samrane saafoɔ no nti nnwonkurɔfoɔ bi ɛwɔ Israel mmaa bi ne mmarima bi koraa de wɔn ho gyi mu na ɔmo sa David yɛsa no samrane ɛka sɛ ɔhene Sɔɔlo aku apem David pimpim. David became a hero. He wasn't a Superman. He was an ordinary person like me. No, only Spider-Man. To send me country. He was an ordinary person to send me. No, but a simple shepherd. No, and you may say, "Queen person of far so to Kugulaita." At the same time, no, eman be any particular way Israel. I never know yes, you know what. And indeed, your woman say. David will develop some special characteristics. David, she no maybe, and the peppy, and you with David. If you free with David, na sane pan, and I never know where per se come was. Sane pan, he made himself available. Sa ne pano, and they were David Moon. Near na ehu here pa na yetitu pa na say David made himself available by investing in the good of others. David, he made himself available. O man ho kwan. David man ho kwan. Say, wono de afoforo yie die. Ehia no. Say afoforo bedi yie no. Mini me pese me bua ma afoforo yie die eyeye. Ntimini he made himself available. And today I reflect on how availability can unlock breakthrough living in our own journey. David making himself available. The breakthrough ni yetimu who say at the end of the day no otimu di Goliath sunkunim. Edi nkunim die bra Israel. That was his breakthrough. And to know our breakthrough living abrabo. See any beji abrabo mu. Say be see ye na ye ni beji no. We need to invest in the good of others. David, yes, sir. So in our own journey, you know, you have to say, you're reflecting, quite David, fast making yourself available. True that, no. But you be a good before. Lady can't perceive me to what decision say. The friend said, I'll go. I'll go. But him said, yes, the Bible said, Dakro, David to run and papa, friend. And papa man a simple job. Say, a person small, cool nuanum ho. To say, David papa's man. Say, take this effort of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread for your brothers and hurry to their camp. What's a genuine? Somewhere there where you cake and we're baking the come. We are so as for panu dui yentem na for camp. The valley of Ella. Na for koma uniano. For koma o brothers. Because David nuano wo kumu medika ka se ni nuano mien painfo miensa no mo kumu. What say? Na ne papa wie ye. Answer David papa. Me how to describe it, sir. That's okay. Favor man more. I don't know. Was it take along cheese 10 or it take along these 10 cheese to the commanders of their unit? And so soldier for ways will be a winning soldier for a moon some soldier well you will unit. If unity be also a commander or down. And he was it, somewhere Diani. Now, former commander, sir. Commander, or the unity nano. Fair we command. Now we are see how your brothers are and bring back some assurance from them. So I say, Fediana come out, Fabima on commanders. Oka, she send ya one who sit here, no, dear na koso. Na farmer ne bebo me. Enti David task no was simple. Ne papa's man. Fediana come out. Oka, she send ya who sit here become commanders. No, we are. Na say to me cabra. Na beka ma mentini ya koso pese metese me mai bibia ye kama kono bibia ko kama enti ko na geography chere say to Bethlehem echo the valley of Elan say a 15 miles the back kilometers are 24 kilometers enti a day journey da obonam fam no oko 15 miles obekọ obetuma sen basa de no ansa na ade krasa se oye ntem kọ no koye ne ya yeso won koye no oye na osan bu nani se oba yes oba bidu nti ko betuma kọ aba ntem pepe ba bia da adwetwe no but Bible said brother David ekodru the valley of Elah ene okohunu Goliath a giant ya yaka ne ho asemi se akwai gina ho ene wo kekemu. And no one was brave enough to face this giant. Israel Srafo, said the education. Obia no mudane. Who are bow? Obia ni why ready, sir. Obeko na oni Goliath aqua contokwa. Entiha. David demonstrate a very unique quality beer. Na ohene so okura hunu bida. David wants to because okoye no akwaji ho a otietie mu kemu ekam sem efa Israel nyame ho. No see, he went straight because of my tent. No be a tent him. Israel for no more retreat na makosho mo tent him. Na akoye begina ho na mra Israel bi antimu mpie. David duro na dey na ekosi. He went straight into the tent of King Saul. No ko hene Saul tent him. No question no catch King Saul say let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him. David quiet no atini akoso. Sa kwe hunu na so se wa betim kra no akoko se ne nra yesuan. Oh, obezam to a family from taxes at the same time or the baba be mawo. David ni more than say but David die nya hokra na wo hwe. David die ne no odwene say this Philistine ni we. And e kasa tia ye nyame. Ene ohene me pese because you say ma wakoma ntu. Our Philistine yi hu. Ense say Israel obi akoma tu. Asrafo me pese obi akoma betu. Na me wakoa I will go and fight him. Meko no wakwa akoko. David has no military experience. Therefore, how no say David only military experience bia. Onko koda. David have no experience. Two, akotade kra on shebi. Inti when you read the story, I say, yeah, they saw akotade she and went to 90 years I would go. David send yesi kura second kura. The sword I had a kuntokwa or kumuno unkra bida. He was a young man. A very young man, but Nyono no tiemu catch a son and said, I will go. I will fight. He was ready to step up. David, I am ready. So Obeko. Now said David, the biggest strength Baby anana who adin wa pa ne say he made himself available. Israel nobody was ready to make himself available. Obi asuru. But David made himself available. Maybe sexual I don't yes, sir. Because he is very young. Do we make ourselves available for Nyamijumana? Yet to us you. Like I said, David in the bigger strength. He said he made himself available. Yet to you. David, he cared about others. Na David, na afoforo eho hia no. Afoforo how ye ne how. Afoforo dadwene ye ne dadwene. He cares about others. Na afoforo eho ehia no. The good of others na ehia no pa. When him said, fighting Goliath, na enye David a responsibility. No onye sreni. It wasn't David's responsibility. No onye osreni. Onko akoda. Ono de ne papa na asoma no so mfa aduane nkoma ni nua no. Nti wakona asrafo e ko on tokwa. Goliath bi gina ho na otiatim. Se ka enye David asem. It can get David the responsibility ho kra. That is a responsibility. No. But when David saw the desperate condition na Israel army no wo mu no, David ain't man walk away say, my Bible who situation we be twemu akọ. So he offered to help. David bedru hon say, me akọ etiatia mu na Israel nyina obi awera ho. Asrafo bia boto ohene so kra nti after all, I can do something. No, me nkosa. And so most of the times nyame fie sa adu ba bia sa na na ayeye. We dey enye adwuma. We dey say so for na some painful adwuma. We dey say nyame responsibility. No. Nkra apie na mabonten kra e ba so. We say we dey mama hwe nkra na adwuma. We dey say nyame adwuma. We dey say nyame responsibility. No, nyame responsibility. We dem say as we mature, bra me no we nyini. We have learned to focus on ourselves. And then people be no people be baby say it's not my business. No, it's not my business. The same attitude grand everybody me fie. They say we dey nyam asem. No, we dey no. Te do baby a bibia hu hia ye wo nyam fie because any responsibility. No. And the generation we ase kra esesa. We dim say baby atwam wo ya Ghana for society ni baby a yefiri. And ya e betuma aka no kra say na ye society na tia ene asesa. Kanigbo hunu o papa na wafa ase no nsem kra na ehia wo abusua mu obi a bibi kra to a wokọ na wafa ho okọ ne nana ho okọ we ho na asesa na obi kra tin ka tense de mini abusua hu ni abusua so kane pa na eden so obi beka se woni abusua yes woni abusua but nobody cares obi amfa no ho nti waka se obi ni abusua o ha okọ obi ho obi enu ho bebo ano growing up no mikromu na you health insurance. In fact, Ghana health insurance akofo de buy no. Me krom yesua na nkransa health insurance na wo ho. Me ye wo me na me beto health insurance no na wo ho. Eno na akofo asma delegation mo behwe kwan ya nkransa fo ye health insurance. Through that no. Or the year national health insurance. Who abakosem da ho Ghana. Say nkransa dia no mo ye. Now in those days, no, afibia shase say, oh yeah, insurance. Because insurance office be your cry or my or more no more agents or bebe fee no mabe yam. No me papa. Then time. The wolf has seen him baby. When they be will be insurance. Maybe a cry and we had the crown on ye. To be a pet table so. Insurance cars ye guso was more than 50. Because the wolf has seen we. You are a mammy bisasena. When you know, see, Adra. Omu yare ya how no me a baba Thomas. Because some we are in so many insurance, or muko hospital. But who know Maka hospital, Muntimuntia. Yeah, baba catch the offer. To avoid that, no, why just our responsibility. Caring for no offer, see no in the bush for no. Now, we but ne society no essence. Necessary. We don't care about your bushia for. Come on. Nani pa bebre or nene yire nene manko a oba bruchire obi a hu abushia for kra fa fo frefre na ohunu Ghana kokra ofa because it's all about yeah. Society knows this. The need of others in here you. Him say Paul ehunu say sa suwe enye su papa. Inti ran on young Timothy Kasan. No him say saa deɛ wei awie berɛ koraa deɛ ɛbɛyɛ west. David deɛ na he was concerned and interested in the welfare of his brothers and others. Nti David deɛ no ɔnte sɛ yɛn society a na yɛsɛ sɛn. Nti ne nuanom welfare wɔn yiedie ɛwɔ ko yi mu ne ehia no yie. Kɔ ne nuanom nso yɛ asraafoɔ. Ne nuanom koraa Israel asraafoɔ a na wɔn nyinaa aboto no. Na wɔn yiedie hia David. Nti na David ntim nkɔ abrawɔ mmoa. No, ma David yes, and no, I have to help. But the attitude is say, Bibi and fire home, a person at by home, a bar sorry, oh, I say, dear, Yamasam, dear, where dear Minko, you be cranny, a bit matem, Debbie. As ye do your home, I say ye pay your home, and Anna, Paul, catch a Timothy say, in the last days, he says, Subano Bay West. Paul said, and yes, Suban, Papa. Paul disapprove of this selfish attitude. Say, you're doing young choir, home, young fairy, home, your boss, or there, if you be unfair, home, about transfer your point, and your queer baby. We don't care about others. We don't check on others. Obi a hui, Obi, how, and some. Paul said, in the last days, was people will be lovers of themselves. Nipa beye a hope for. Open home. No, de ebe mo obi stress no be. Mo obi stress me. David timi ye nkunimdifo because say afoforo ye die na ehia ne. He made himself available say obaboa na afoforo ye die. Ne tosubio. David was ready to give something up. And say, me know we always should be ready to give up something. As I said, etimi ja bibi mu. Bibi bi ehia yen ese ye mu. Bibi ehia ye pipa ese ye timu ma ho kwan. Brother David decided say when go like tobacco. He was ready say he wants to give up his own time because ono de waba. Ka de aduane na ba keso okọ. But he was giving up his time. Time all the back was no the better hack. He was giving up his comfort. Send who back to yes, yes, you do baby. And he had a comfort. Tinya me duma cry maho. No, yes, I know, sir. Yes. Yes, it's true. Nese ka David betimu ka obdi aduane no ma ni nuanu ma ko betuma tumiri ka ko back to Bethlehem. Ko pe baby kura aboni senkuo a relax a hwe ni nwan. But David stayed back and he took the risk, sir. Only go light kwa kokuntokwa. He put his life in danger for others. Just say me no. Yamesuma yes me. Say yeah boy afufro. Helping others or doing what is right often means giving something up. Say me no you betuma boy afufro pa. Ti say dia bibi mu. When you say me no, your time usa. Yes. Edu baby yes your time usa. Yes. Say me no we say ye di bibi bu anyamedwuma. Yes. When him say yeah cry yeah resources no. Instead any resources be limited. Instead any sika. I mean that's a for me. I mean that for instead any sika for. And na cry na who nipa bi no mun say ye no mun say mu ye kakra wa. I mean that sumu. Be say ya free e krom no bade. Ti me da asafo mu say ye ni mu nyina no obi a ne nsam ye kakra bi pie me da asafo mu a asori be ma na di chairman sa afi say ye nche da ni nipa o mun nsam ye resources ni isa. Until when we spend time helping others, we have less time for ourselves. You are bridging any time. To say you need time aboa fufro. Edu baby eating into our time. Te krana ye ni bre. Semino when we give a portion of our income, say ye mo nyame tight. Say ye boa missionary work. Say enko kanyame asem. Minu ye kokwacha tracks afufro and entie nyame asem. Yes, ye de sika boa. Yes. We say do baby na ye adwene sika no ye ni kese ti ye kakra bi ehun say ase sika no kura so anso ye. We have less money to spend on ourselves. Tini pa bebre nkwa asoro ko say nkwa asoro kra mu sika ko boa nyame dwuma no oh mu na enyo mu sika so they have to enjoy their money. Enti the attitude is say me resources are yi bi kra no a ne aka say me de beye me hu na isa. Enti I'm not ready. Say me yes. Enti say me bo obi pa. No. Let me tell me rent you kra aka say. I'm to Ghana wa frɛ me na ofa asie bi ni we. And it's Ghana aka say. But in that situation no na nyame say yemo. In that situation no mu no nyame say hwe say yenye na adwuma. So in situations like that, in situations like this, say ye bo nyame dwuma. Na bia kra ye frɛ say yemfa sika ma bo nyame dwuma. Ye asore ye we ye ba afode ye we na sika na me kra me da kra me ntimu mo so me dan afi bia me yese me boss me ntimu so na aso ye se bia ntua 1000 bia ntua 2000 2000 me de come down ho a se ka me come animu because me yidi am sika no nti na odwene so eba sa do you hesitate se wo beboa ana wo de anije se mebo nyamedwuma. You need to give up something. Unless I went to Mumwanya Bijuma. Unless I went to Mwanya Bijuma. You say, yes, sir, Unyamishrai. Near Tossimian, sir. Semino, we wait my uncle before. Unyamishmua. Say you're ready to give up something. You should also be ready for something new. Ready for something new. We need to challenge ourselves. We need to be ready for something new. Be before Frobby. I say a dear who them. When him said, David was ready to do something he has never done before in his life. And David here no nye bi da ona brabomu. David nyan witnesses say na konkora onyan witnesses say nipa mienu asrafo ekosa no nyan witnesses bi. Na tokra say wabehunu say giant bi gina ho a obi ni giant eko na ka waka say oh hunu bi nti wo hwie hunu bi wade no. David has no experience. He has no military experience. Two, onye witness be crash. But we pursue David. This does not and shaky David the cry. David was ready to face a new challenge. In say, Yami Juma, me no Yami afraid. Afraid into a new challenge in life. Sometimes I debi wa wunye bida. Wunye bida. The first experience, when they call canvassing, was Canada. Then I went to university. And I mean call canvassing that. I've never been to canvassing. And I'm saying, Adi, me say me kobi. Me kobi da me tombuku baby ada. I have no experience in that. I mean, yes, I'm a challenge. Sometimes it's not easy because so we name the outcome. Send the idea no be see. Because when I'm at so microphone canvas mutimu ton books, mutimu nyesika, mupa school creating boy scholarship. Sometimes I mean how mutimu yano na me experience that. And then we went to Canada. Could do Toronto. Yakwam di yakogu baby. And now mudi ye for training mu or more canvas in ubi or moba. Mama bɛkyerɛkyerɛ sɛ ne wobɛsi anɔko dɔɔ sɛ ne wobɛsi ne nipa akasa kwan bɛtumi akɔmfɛsi obi ama no atumi ato book ɛna yɛtie for bɛyɛ 3 days. That's training a yɛwura mu. Now after 3 days no na ɔmde yɛsi street ɛwɔ Toronto ɛna yɛde me si street so de me si street so bɛyɛ na abɔ 10. Me ko street bomu bopunumu na ne nkrofo akasa bi okra che se ubo ni punumu am bisi no waka ne punatum hwem. Hey, people were not even nice. They were not nice. Canvas in the moon say people, especially people who live in the city, they were not nice. What do you want? What do you want? Pan waka ne punatum. First day no. May nanti the whole day from 10 the my break pay BBT to 7 upon here obian to me book back. It was a terrible experience that day for me. Oman to book back. I came back very sad. Nanti the whole day na we are so summertime we are to book back. I was ready for a new challenge. I was ready to do something new. But challenges, no, are ne woman no ne high. Nkrofo she said, they are not nice. Bi o ha, utim kra no obi din komo. Because say papa bi a me broni bi me na din komo almost I said, why you convinced? No be say book no, oh, how much is the book? Nti wha na na wa friend ne yire, honey, can you come here na ne yire ba here? Ne yire boss here. There's this African guy say he came from the US, this doing a program selling books. Can we buy? They said, no, Annie, we don't need this. Also, my wife said we don't need it. These were the experience. First day man turn book, second day man turn book, third day man turn book. Man nanti a good book ne and tobacco cry. I was in for a new challenge. And the challenge, ain't easy. David, the challenge, wasn't easy, but he trusted. In fact, baby, I was thinking, say, no, I have to leave and go back. Except me come back to Michigan. Because I'm a doing say, after all, I say, me paha, be canvas a crane sika, maybe a couple 1 year to school fees. But at the end of the day, book we cry and talk. Me was school musu cry, na me yes school juma bi. Say, come me tra ho cry, ye juma kaba now. I was that me training. Till lady baako, they buy na mom di animu no who said, I said, my din to baby, one over me, say, Pastor, don't give up. It's an experience. It's not going to be easy. But you succeed. See, and a lady catch them. Because at that time I was thinking, say, a person may buy back. So at the end of the day, I'm dispatching. Nipa ni begu bebre nti na mu chichi emu binum ese binum ko binum ka Toronto area ho binum ko British Columbia area binum ko Nova Scotia me yeto me no ye kupie Newfoundland and Labrador kwa wapa from Toronto it did 3 days even baby kra no ye kofro ferry and the car no it tracks ferry mu kra cross the Atlantic Ocean to that part of Canada no, was 11 hours. They could do Newfoundland. Hokrade, tuntum for in Nika Krunum. Abrofon kwa wunu tuntum. The only place here wunu tuntum, a musku bia, university be, and ukre who nipa me and some pet and no me tuntum for. So another fielder, nipa tuntum kra ni ho. Ukwa na urawe bia na nkra betete ho no mo hwe osa, omo hunu nipa with this skin na ye kra de me de ye kra de sa ye tuntum mo na omo hwe osa. First day. Sometimes it's not easy. When you have to be ready for a new challenger. Na enough ma David. But at the end of the day, person me kashe nyame anuonyam se. Ye wie ye no. Oma me no omo call ye no. No omo ye omo makwa canvas ya kwa. First day ye call ye mba ye na nkrofo ye make sales na matombo kumienu pe. Uba na they were sharing their experience na beto. But now ɛhyɛ me ho nkura na ɛsɛ bɛyɛ but mpɛ sɛ meka hyɛ nyame animuonyam sɛ at the end of the day no metɔn books kyɛn obi biara ɔwɔ group no yɛba back to Toronto ne groups a mokɔ baabi nyinaa yɛ nyinaa sɛ bɛhyia wo I was a John obi a ɔtɔn books kɛse paa making money ɛwɔ Canada that year but it wasn't easy the task will not be easy say ready for something new say yes afwe mu na afia so yes bedi dwuma bi eh adwuma de dabi eh dabi eh we de dabi nyebi dabi we de dabi mintimunye we de dabi ah asope dabi asope ndi mi nuru ho kura dabi di kedwe dabi mi nya bra dabi we de dabi eh dwuma adwuma de mintimunye winim bra David can say he want to go and fight with Goliath ne bra kura unse sometimes bi wo kura pese wo yenya medwuma obi wo pese wo yenya medwuma na yire timbu na bam we de basa we de mikunu we de yenya mikunu adwuma David bi so kura ho obi pese wo yenya medwuma na obi gina nchos na we o didi wani makọ na obetima aye de na wo didi wani ma aye sa de we na obi kura bu wa bam when you are up for a new challenger you probably be bu wa bam David faced bi because the brother Eliab okay so kwakoko Eliab tua say firi akokra o gro no ho se hwe onye serious o hunu papa se fadi ne brahe wa ba wi akọ we nya nkra ntokwa ye mpanyimfo kra ye adwane na wo na betima yo David was ready for something new but the brother said no sometimes o person ye nya medwuma sometimes aso dwumadie bi wa onye bi da ye pese ye de ma wo yire bebu abam ukuru bebu abam obi ogina nchen wadafo bi be ka kire say dey say nye wadwuma sometimes yeah we habit to be e pese ye dwene ya we are not in for a new challenge bia say for say be nya medwuma so puputi na say we na wa tu say you want to face a new challenge Yes, be children's ministry. Yes, be personal ministry. Hey, David, personal ministry, David, Yansan can't do David, I cried, David. So, oh, yes, Abby. Afoforo bi kora agoro ho so wutie omo anaasɛ wugye tum sɛ mepɛ sɛ meyɛ nyamedwuma nso sɛ taa nɔɔma ɛwɔ ho no wonim ne ɛwɔ mu bi wɔ koraa yɛdie kora deɛ yɛde yɛnim ne ɛwɔ mu yɛnim sɛ ɛwɔ mu no koraa nti no ɛma yɛdwane menkɔyɛ asɔ panyin na yɛbɛdidi matam na biribiaa mpanyimfoɔ ayɛ sɛ mempɛ saa nɔɔma wei daabi nkɔ ho koraa nso na obɛtim ayɛ wonim onyame koraa yɛsom ni no he always do a new thing. He always do a new thing. Nyame always do a new thing. And we should be up for something new in our lives. I do baby us I did we person mission na school yan crofo ekwe enya mradio but me person me so me ko school me person me ko school sha course we me so me yebi be a crowd show age say no, but I want to challenge myself. I want to do something new. If you put your mind into that, they put their mind into say, it was a new challenge in your life. No meaning say be tough, dear, yes, and yammer dear, nanso mutimuyoy. Sua dear, I do one person, but they do yamijuma, I do baby, and we don't want to see a bit, ye be taking a new challenge. When you may say, or yes, something new. When you may, I assume, or yeah, no man new. On say new things. An initiative can sometimes be scary. I know who won. Slobi won, send a media kaka. But we him how I will be a jumediano. Inti and yamere, Tina Wujane. But no shouldn't stop us from doing what is right. And so say, no. Ehunu na yema ye free ade papa ye betima ye aboa foforo ene nyamedwuma. Me se nyame no say he's always doing a new thing. Or see Isaiah etraduanan miensa chemu dunkuno. Or see I'm doing a new thing. Onyame say me ya de foforo. I'm doing a new thing. Now they spring it up na efifiri ba. Do not perceive it. Na muhuna na or catch Israel for say me yes something new at the crown of free muhuna na dear what new thing and then me was say I'm making a way in the wilderness. Me bokwai I was so and streams in a wasteland. A so what do desert so to make a way in the desert? Hey, car kura for how car twam wi na anwea no nyina aka bom na akata ho hu kura se car fa and I'm making a way in a wilderness sira so na me twa kwan ye wo sira so a stream in a wasteland asase a nsuo ntimu hunu nsuo bia o nsuo nyame se me nsuwa abasa asase so God is always doing a new thing. Tiye nyame mai onyame pese tambia ye something new. Tano nyame hwehwe. Tina adwuma mu no ohwe we need to do something new. Onyame hwehwe se yenso ye be something new. So yes a ye nyini. Ye from. Ye koyenim. Because we are na onim se sa qualities no kra sa na wo possess. Now possesses that qualities. Ask for something new. You know, we go school, no, we never thought say there be baba cry baby this of all. Then kaya enka plan no cry. But so for be challenging me. And then nipa ditia. There be a person for say there be. We need to challenge ourselves for something new. If you say onyame tambia or yes something new. Don't say yeah Christopher. Our basic orientation pa onyame ede maye. Say let me say making yourself available. Invest in the good of others. Orientation onyame de maye to invest in the good of others. Ye di kan pa na say or say love your neighbor as yourself. Tio. Na me asem say you no your yonko say ye ho. Love your neighbor as yourself. Be in good relationship with others. Only afoforo nye kama. Enye ho say asori wa ban so obia se monfa ho. To the upon asori apa na uko. Because mpese de me hu be foforo obia ona obia nyam kesetia. Yesu kura de say Yesu di bi kan ho say dear children. Yesu say love your neighbor as yourself. Ena Yohane said dear children. On the na wanyini. Ese sa ten na John etwero sa nsem we na wanyini. Nti ya bia no address nipa no a yakokra nti obi aye ne ma. To see dear children, let us not love with words. Or say odra ye ka ho asem. Ense say ye dra ye ka ne ya no keke. Binim. Yesu kura de e kan bi kura e wo John 15:13 say, see, greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for their friends. Say, obi de ne nkwa beto ho amaninia. O say, odok pa kesiye pa ne say, obi de ne nkwa beto ho amanenafo. That is love. To investing in the welfare of others, investing in the good of others. Yeah, when you people yes, they lay their life. Binumo mo kroma ni people ba ya. Muna mubu mo pa mo se mo ye ne mo betima ye bia bo a mo mo nya ba bi si. Mo de mo nkwa kra aka mo de to ho masafo. O se sa odo no no nya me hwehwe se ye mo afoforo. Onim kroma nipa bebre abo afoforo bebre nipa bi besi nipa bebre so adi nsehuna kire o nti ena no bi nipa bi mabo ma dwunum pa se so mo babu obi pa so wa ba krom ha de la. Se meboa obi no menye bi. John said, dear children, let us not love with words. I say, mama, ye don't know nye kasa keke or speech, se kasa hunu, but with actions and in truth. As I said, or dry ye ka ho asem e daddy. Say ye nua yare ya yetia yenhwe no bi. Ye nua asem to ye nua yenko ho bi nkopoa no. The needs of others. Timuntuna ya mi fie na so de bibia mfa ho. Wo de omo kwa unko bi. Krofo kra ne nya yi a unko bi. Krofo kra bi na yare na omo ko unko bi. Obi yare kra wo hwehwe no bi. Mumma foforo ho hiaye. Let us invest in the good of others. No nya mi be hira yensa. Ebe se yesua Yesu sunu bi. Yes, he said, be hira bebre amai. David, yesua said, David, etimi gu kungula. Deɛ ne ma no yɛ saa fisɛ na ne nuanom ne Israelfoɔ ho hia wo na berɛ a wonya David afoforɔ ho hia wo nsɛ nyame asɛm no hyɛ sɛ when we invest in the good of others yɛn nso nyame bɛhyirae sɛ yɛde sika boa nyame dwuma a nyame sɛ obɛhyirae yɛboa afoforɔ a onyame bɛhyirae Yenim Bible stories bebrea. Odi kama onyame bi ne edi kan. Onyame hyira. O bo afoforo onyame hyira. Anwumre onyame hwehwe se let us invest in the good of others. Let us make ourselves available to help others. Let us make ourselves available say yebe onyame adwuma. Enye bi da. And we should make ourselves available. Say meye. I will go. Meye. I'll go and fight it. Yes. Adwuma me bedi. Yes. Mahu so mo ye no ye di o matem de bia. Yes. And say no bo me hu. Meye. Because mo ye no ye di what ye di o matem. O munye nwi o da so che. Up for a new challenge. Invest in the good of others. Ma add afoforo how here. Build relationship with others. Bua wo mbra wo ho kire wo. Yes sir. Onyame be hyira. Anwumre onyame hyira ye. Na onka ye ho. Ewo ne dim nti. Amen.